I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. That entire opening. On mute.
Yeah, well,
I did it.
I'm like, huh?
You know what? I quit. I'm going home now. End stream.
We never checked that. I tell you, we're both exhausted. We're tired.
I really am. I have to say it. But
this was the
it's a good kind of tired.
This was the longest last day of school ever.
But then you have to do what for the next couple of months?
Well, at least the next 3 days minus Thursday, it's exams, and then scoring evenings, and then graduation, and then summer school.
The only thing you really missed in the failed opening just there with the lack of mute button
is
expertise is her bitching about the fact she couldn't get Instagram Live to work last week. Quickly. Oh, you got it to work.
Yeah, it worked.
There's a delay.
I clicked over to Instagram and I waited and I clicked go live and it still wasn't going live yet. So I had to
You had the proper key code in, right?
I did.
You remember, leave it in park. Don't try to don't put it in drive right off the jump, right?
Listen, Christopher.
I'm listening, Tanya.
Yes, I did everything right. And it eventually went live.
How was my vacation? My vacation was amazing. It was amazing. It was lovely. I did not know exactly where we were going to be. I was told good things. I saw pictures of the house that we were renting for the week that we were going to be there. And we were around this beautiful lake, and it was hot. It was muggy the entire time I was there. And I spent most of my time, not a lot of it, not all of it, but most of it, sitting in a rocking chair on a back deck on a back porch overlooking the lake with this forest all around it, all these $1 million homes all around the edge of the lake. The interesting fact of the matter is where we were, as soon as you left the immediate neighborhood of the lake, right, and you left the neighborhood of where all the $1 million homes were, you were in banjo territory. I mean, it was immediate, night and day, boom. And so you go from, Green Acres is the place to, and then ding, 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 ding. What the? It took a half an hour just to go to the grocery store to be in some sort of civilization long enough for that. And then it was another hour to go out. Not another hour on top of that, but
another half hour.
Another half hour on top of that. So it was an hour from where we were to the city of Greenville, which was gorgeous, by the way. Tell them about the snake. Okay, so let me preface this.
Did you scream like a girl?
I did not scream like a girl. The Chevy that I was driving was screaming I killed the snake with a Chevy.
Yeah, well.
I didn't see it.
That's okay.
Because I was dodging turtles the entire time.
That's okay. The squirrel almost bit it this morning when I was driving by and just decided it was going to...
I was under the impression that in the vein of the World War II fighter plane that had the stencil of the various opposing flags, I should have had a snake on the side of this Chevy that we were driving, which, by the way, beautiful car. The 2025 Chevy Blazer. I do recommend taking a serious look at it if you're looking for a new vehicle.
I had to rescue my coworker today from a spider.
Okay.
I had to do it. The one that also does not like spiders.
Uh-huh.
And so I threw a napkin over it and then stepped on it. And one of my students is like, well, that was a weak squish.
That was yeah.
I was like, and I just scooped it up. I said, do you want it? He's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
There you go.
Shut up.
So what did I learn on my vacation is don't ever take 26 years to take one, right? If you have time off, make time for yourself. That's all there is to it. Make sure that you take care of you because it's important, it's valuable. And I spent like the first day and a half, 2 days almost, just sitting there. I had books, I had a Kindle, I had my laptop, and all of it stayed in the bag for the first couple of days because I was just content to sit there and just soak in the view of the lake.
Disconnect.
The occasional boat going by, the occasional jet ski going by, the occasional water skier going by, wakeboarder stuff
No.
like that. What? Does that mean I'm off the hook for con weekend? Not for con weekend, but definitely before and after it. Sure.
No, it was like that's when I went to Florida at Christmas time. The kids didn't want to go. Randy was working. I went with Nana and Papa.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for any meals.
Well, yeah, because you're with your parents, for God's sake. A parent is always going to spoil a child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In October, my dad and I are going to Florida for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We come back Tuesday, 5 days.
There you go. Happy belated Father's Day to all you fellows out there who celebrate that sort of thing. But yeah, I successfully killed a snake without realizing. We're trying to. Huh?
Did it pop?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I was just kind of, like I said, there was a couple of turtles. I was dodging turtles, and then it doesn't. I don't want to make it sound like I was doing nothing but dodging turtles. There wasn't that many of them. But you'd see a big lump on the side of the road. One of them I narrowly missed. But all of a sudden, Melissa goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, you got the snake." I'm like, "What snake?" She goes, "You got a snake back." Oh no!
It was so humid in Florida last week. I'm never doing Walt Disney World in summer again.
Yeah, seriously.
1997, between 4th of July and the 10th of July. Tried doing Walt Disney during that.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, if you're going to plan a trip down below the old, as Robin Williams used to call it, the Manson-Nixon line, you really want to kind of govern what time of year you plan on doing that.
Summer's not a good time.
Summer's not a good call. No, it was cozy in South Carolina, and we were inland big time. We were like up in the northwestern corner of South Carolina, where it starts touching a couple of the other inland states like Tennessee and whatnot. And we were on a lake, and the heat was still, it was there. It was noticeable. So that happened. You only did this trip when I did because I wanted to be there for the last day of Muppet Vision. That's fair. That's fair.
High Desert of Arizona in March. I recommend it.
There you go.
Well,
there you go.
Okay.
So
I'm looking at my hair in the camera.
It doesn't look that bad. The light is washing out the gray sticking in your
my part here. Yeah. Well, Thursday it's going to get refreshed.
We should probably. Let me see. Oops, that's the wrong lever.
All of a sudden he's going to be back like this.
I've heard winter while school is in session is supposed to be better. It depends. Because even the South experiences winter. I've been in Daytona Beach in December for 30 degrees. So, I mean, just ask NASA how cold it can get in January.
Well, I was in Florida. It never hit above like 72 degrees. Like that was like the warmest, and I had a sweatshirt on most days.
So let's get into it, shall we?
Yes.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about what we're planning on doing in September. We both wore Doctor Who shirts.
Yeah, I had to stand up for you guys to see mine.
Yeah.
I'm a little on the short side.
Yeah, sure. I love that. A little on the short side. Yeah. That's cute. All right. So I'm going to click on this button here, and we're going to go, hey, look, we're having a show.
We are.
And in September, you get to meet such cool people like this young lady, Amy Acker.
Oh, this way.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get your.
Well, you can't see.
You got to get your backwards right. Yeah, there you go. And along with Amy Acker will also be D.B. Woodside, who, contrary to popular belief by one particular person who commented, there's a lot of people looking forward to meeting this guy. Just saying.
Oops.
DB's cool. I'm so looking forward to meeting D.
You'll know where I'll be. I'll be on VIP row.
Oh, sucker, you get the good job. All right. Also with them will be voice actress Kaylee McKee, voice actor Megan Hollingshead, cartoonist, illustrator, writer, and musician Guy Gilchrist, writer Jeff Klein, who's been with us before, artist Michael Golden, writer, editor, and colorist Renee Witterstater. Okay, so that's our show right now. That is what we've got so far to entertain you. And that's where he is. People are always asking us, who's next? We don't know. How many times do I have to tell you? We don't know.
When we know, we'll let you know.
We're terrible at keeping secrets, friends. So when we have some announcement for you, we really, like, we had DB's contract, and I think it was 12 hours later, the announcement went up. So once we know, we will tell you. If we do not have a signed contract, we will not tell you, because we're not of the ilk where we're going to be like, well, you know, we might bring this person in, or hey, this person's a possibility, or hey, we're talking to this person. We're not going to do that to you. That's like Toro, ole, you know, that kind of a thing. It's not nice. That's not nice. It's not fair.
Like dangling the carrot and go, nope.
And it's not professional.
Nope.
So we're not going to do that stuff.
We're not going to do that.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate your testament to that. Such awesome guest picks. She said, that's fucking awesome. I love that. Okay. So why are we here tonight? We're going to be talking about this guy, the Doctor, played by Nishidi Gatwa. Season 2 came to a close recently. And I have to say,
you were shocked.
My mind even got blown by that one. There was a couple of oh wow moments that I did not see coming. So that was kind of cool. Now, as per usual, the fragrance from the Mighty Monkey Corporation. Spoilers. All right. So we're coming at you like a spider monkey with some spoilers. And Elizabeth says it right off the chump. I'm going to miss Judy so much. I really thought he was coming into his own.
I know. He was,
and so the fact that he departed at the end, he was
really getting his groove.
Yeah.
And I was really enjoying him as the Doctor. And then, what the hell?
And that happened a lot. That's happened. I mean, obviously not for Christopher Eccleston because he only had the one season. But I mean, go back into the classic series.
Yeah.
When a new Doctor takes over, it always felt like the first season was a little weird because they were still writing for the old Doctor and they were trying to adapt the scripts for the new one. Peter Davison comes to mind. A lot of those early scripts from the first season of Peter Davison was very disjointed and whatnot. It felt kind of like they were still writing for Tom Baker. Same with Colin Baker. Same with Sylvester McCoy. I mean, obviously, with Christopher Eccleston, we only had the one season. They had to land it, and sure enough, they did. But even with David Tennant, there was some first couple of season stories that were like, okay, I'm here, I hear you, but, and then Matt Smith, we're trying to compensate for the fact he's not David Tennant. A little disjoint, but then finished strong. Same with Peter Capaldi. Jodie Whittaker just was poorly written for the entire time. I love Jodie Whittaker. She had a cameo in the final shooting episode, and I thought that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
She had a better 3 minutes under Russell T Davies than she had 3 seasons under Chris Chibnall. I mean, you felt the 13th Doctor. You couldn't feel it because she really couldn't. The writing was not giving her the chance to get into character.
Yeah.
She was the Doctor. But having her come back for that cameo in the end, it was just so fun to see that golden retriever bundle of energy come out, but with presence that you knew Jodie Whittaker had, but the writing was not letting come out. So cool.
That was nice. I wish I had more time. May we always wish that.
That was such a great line. I had more time. May we always wish that. That was such a great exchange. And we'll just go ahead and say, you know, Shooty's final line, it was an absolute joy. That's great. That's the power of this particular character, you know? And that's the power of the 15th as well, because he brought such heart and openness and gentility and kindness and happiness, which is something that a lot of the Doctors have not been able to express lately. They've been kind of wearing their anxiety, their pain, the things that they've seen the war on their sleeve for so long. And Shooty even said to David when they were doing their transition from the 14th to the 15th, you know, he says to 14, you're thin as a pin. You've been through all this stuff, all the things you've seen, all the people you've lost. You've never taken the moment to stop. And they had that moment to just kind of breathe new life into this 63-year-old character, essentially. This character's been around for 63 3 years. It's about time that somebody kind of took it like, I can't even think of words for it at the moment, but Shooty brought that joy, that passion, that just, I'm excited to be a part of things rather than just I'm manic to be a part of things. So that was kind of neat. Was it Shooty that wanted to leave? Yes.
This is an AI overview because people ask why did he leave. So I don't know how accurate because it is AI.
So take it with a grain of salt, please.
Well, it was a significant and impactful run. He's leaving the role after 2 seasons due to the physical and emotional demands of the part, as well as the need for change. According to a behind-the-scenes video on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, Gatwa stated, "The actors playing the Doctor are only actors playing the Doctor. Unfortunately, we are mere mortals."
Right.
So yes, I'm assuming it probably does take a lot out to channel the Doctor.
Oh yeah.
In there. So,
and Shooty's star is on the rise. I mean, he's had some work that he's done lately that has really brought a lot of attention to the fact that he's an incredibly skilled and a fun actor to watch in action, and to be locked in to a TV show. You know, he's young. He's going to lose some opportunities. He didn't want to have to deal with that, especially with people. You know, I have said this about several fandoms. I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I love Doctor Who. I love so many different fandoms out there. I hate the fans. For the most part, they just drive me insane with how toxic they are, how awful they can be to people. You know, like Jodie just got massacred out there. And this one guy kept calling her the Abomination. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Well, he's going to be in, I've seen the trailer for it, in the movie The Roses with Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch. So that comes out in August of 2025. So he was probably filming other stuff during this time.
Yeah, and Elizabeth makes a good point. As far as I know, part of it was Disney was not immediately renewing their contract, and he didn't want to have to wait around to find out what was going on, essentially.
Yeah.
So, hello, Jonathan. Good to see you, buddy.
Hi, Sean.
Dream outcome for Elizabeth would be, spoiler, only staying for a special and then Shooty somehow returning. See, that's kind of fan casting stuff that I can't get behind that kind of thing anymore. We're going to get to that spoiler in a moment, so please do not ruin it in the comments. We're going to get to that part of the conversation. What I want to do is talk about, we're going to kind of rush through season 2 as a vibe, as a structural vibe. It was the reality war. So it was kind of the end, tying up the loose ends of things that started when 14 and 15 were split from each other in that bi-generation thing from the Celestial Toymaker. Those events started spinning into what would become known as these past 2 seasons called the reality war, where the Doctor was not just dealing with Monster of the Week or aliens that he has dealt with on several occasions. He was fighting gods. And that was the whole premise of these past couple of seasons here. Yeah, thanks, Pete. I'm banning you.
Oh, because he is.
I'm telling him, don't talk about it because I'm going to get to that. And he goes, rightfully it right.
That's okay.
So why did they put Rose Tyler back at the end? How do you know that's Rose?
It's got her face.
It's got her face. It's Billie Piper is going to be the next iteration of the Doctor. Do we know for how long? People are spitballing and fan casting and theorizing all they want, and that's exactly what Russell T Davies wants you to do. He did it that way to keep you talking about it while he's putting everything together. Keep making your predictions. I am not qualified enough to make a prediction at this point.
Who knows what?
Why do we not know that, Elizabeth? Let me challenge you on that one. As far as I'm concerned, I'm satisfied. Shooty got what disappeared, and there's Billie Piper. That's a regeneration sequence. I'm thinking that the Doctor now has Rose's face. I'm good with that for now. Until somebody tells me different, until I see it on the screen.
It's still not a ginger.
It's still, well, see, here's the thing is, Jodie and Billy are most likely to dye their hair. See, the Doctor can finally figure out they can make themselves ginger.
Sure.
Once finally. Although I'm still holding out hope that one of these days it's Rupert Grint. Because I think Rupert Grint would make an amazing Doctor. He has the vibe. He could be the perfect Doctor, and he's ginger, so it works, right? But I want to hear. It was confusing to me. I don't understand why it's confusing. I don't.
It it was a surprise. It was a shock. It
Yep.
was whatever. And it got people talking
Yep.
because you knew he was going to have to regenerate
Mhm.
when he was starting to throw his energy in. And
Mhm.
he's like, but you don't know.
But why is introducing Billie Piper with no credit as the doctor? Why is that? I mean, we've been introduced to Billie Piper on several occasions. She's played Rose Tyler. She's played the Bad Wolf. She's played the Moment, right? Have we not in the past seen the doctor regenerate into faces he's already encountered on two occasions? Two occasions. So the fifth doctor was being arrested by the Castellan or the captain of the guard, played by Colin Baker. The sixth doctor was Colin Baker. The 10th doctor rescues a random citizen from Pompeii, played by Peter Capaldi. And then Peter Capaldi becomes the doctor. Why can't the doctor suddenly say, you know what, I'm grounding myself into this. I'm hearing this call. This is the face I'm going to take now. And you never know. These are all, see, I think what's happening.
Theories.
These are theories. The thing that I think is interesting is that, and like we were just saying a moment ago, Tanya and I were just saying, this is a move to get you talking about it. All right. But why is everybody, how do I say this? Going to extremes to try and minimize it. I think that's what the thing is bothering me right now is that this is a huge gesture. This is a big swing in the park. A lot of people have even said, Christopher Eccleston during conventions have often said that Billie should have a turn playing the doctor because I think she understands. He even says, I think she understands the character better than just about anybody except for a couple of writers. For me, I wanted somebody new. Okay, well, you know what? I wanted somebody new after Jodie Whittaker. I got David Tennant back, which was cool. It was fun. It was great. But I honestly think the 60th could have been done differently. I really do. I think the 60th could have been done differently. I don't think we needed the revisitation of David. But I also like the fact that in the cameo that 13 had with 15 in the console room of the TARDIS, when they're talking about what's going on, and he goes, at least it's not the other guy. He's always turning up. I thought that was funny. That was a great line.
Is that in regards to David Tennant?
Yeah. And Peter, here's the thing. The show is constantly going to reinvent itself and renew itself. And Billie and the Doctor, you always realize, and Shooty says it best himself, when you become this part, you realize there's going to become a day where you're going to have to hand back the sonic screwdriver. So just because Billie is going to be the part for the time being doesn't mean somebody new is down the pipe. That somebody different is going to be on the horizon. The 16th, or Billie's the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th. You know, all these people are going to be in line. There's going to be generations to come. So there will always be somebody. So right now, Russell T Davies is throwing all caution to the wind, and he wants his team back. He wants his team back. I think that's really what he's been going for the entire time. So let's see. Just doing nostalgia bait again after David and Catherine returning, making it seem like they're not super confident in the show. I don't think so.
That's in her opinion.
Yeah, I'm allowed to disagree. That's my job right now, is to agree and disagree. And I will always have a hard time disagreeing with Elizabeth because she is so really good at figuring out this show. I'm interested to see what's going on. I'm just sort of frustrated by how it happened. Why? I guess is it because Shooty as an actor was kind of shafted so that he's only been around for 2 seasons? I would have liked to have seen him in more. I really did. I was enjoying the hell out of his version of the character. I could have seen him for 3 or 4.
Heard me.
I think if we lose heart in the show, which admittedly several people have done, and I don't feel that their reasons were entirely grounded in the right. Oh, the writing has sucked. Get over yourself. I'm not saying that to you, Elizabeth. I'm saying that to general, the naysayers and trolls out there. But the show is built on ebb and flow. The show is built on change.
And people don't necessarily like change.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the hardest part is you get invested in something and you're like, they're starting to get their groove and whatever, and then they changed it, and that makes you frustrated, that makes you upset, that makes you pissed off.
When Matt was the doctor, people wanted it to be like David. When Peter was the doctor, people wanted to be like Matt, et cetera, and so on and so forth. It makes it seem like they're not confident in casting someone new and with fresh energy like Shooty, if that makes sense. I understand what you're saying. I don't know enough. 1 2-second glimpse of Billy Piper
Doesn't give us enough.
wearing Shooty's, with the glow fades and it's Billy Piper's face and her saying, "Oh, hello." That doesn't give me enough information to fan cast and theory cast and try to figure out what's going on. It's really warm in here. I don't know why you turned my fan off.
I didn't turn it off. You did.
You turned it off.
And then you turned it back on, and then
Yeah,
I don't know why it went off. I didn't turn.
I'm arguing with you because I'm arguing with you. It's fun. All right. They need actors to stay longer 2 seasons. Well, yeah, absolutely,
Well, yeah,
Peter.
that's
The tradition has always been 3 to 4. Like
traditional.
yeah. William Hartnell was 3, Patrick Troughton was 3, John Pertwee was 3.5, almost 4. Actually, no, he was 4. Tom Baker blew the thing out of the water with 7. Peter Davidson stuck to it 3. Colin Baker was 2.5 because, well, Michael Braid's an asshole. Sylvester McCoy was 3. Christopher Eccleston 1, obviously. David was 3. Matt was 3. Peter was 3. So, that's 3 is kind of like, the 3 and out rule seems to be kind of the tradition. I would like to have seen somebody kind of take over the part and stick with it for a few years, maybe 4 or 5, not 7 like Tom Baker, because that's just not feasible anymore. But I'd like to see an actor settle into the part, make it their own, and really kind of put their footprint on it. Feels like they're trying to bring people back in, and the people who the show lost because the doctor was being played by a black man aren't worth trying to bring back, in my opinion. That I will agree with. I actually was on, I stay away from fan boards and whatnot because they drive me insane with the negativity. But I snuck into one the other day, a couple of months ago, and was duly disappointed with the general gist of people basically not liking the character because he was a darker skinned gentleman. Are you freaking kidding me? That's terrible.
He was amazing.
He's an amazing human being. I've seen interviews with him. He's so much fun to watch. This guy, I want to meet this guy so much. Anyway.
And no, we haven't talked to his agent.
No, we haven't. Couple of ideas. The doctor with part of Rose's memories are able to revisit decisions from a different point of view, or the doctor looking at Rose's face and getting introspective. Those are good tips. But here's the thing. I want to kind of like pull this conversation apart, stop it, and set it aside for a moment, if I may, please. I would like to go back and talk about season 2, not theory cast what's next. We can theory cast what's next down the road, especially when we start hearing a little bit more about what to expect in the future. That would be great, because here's what's happening right now is we're talking about 2 seconds of something that we had no idea was coming. Now, for starters, I like the idea of surprise for a change of pace. And Doctor Who did that to me this time a couple of times. There were 3 instances. We've been hashing out one of them where Doctor Who in season 2 of the Disney season really caught me off guard. And I was excited about that. So a lot of the whole not announcing ahead of time Billy Piper was going to become the next Doctor and being surprised by that is good. That's fun. It takes it back to the wide-eyed wonder of it. It's not just, oh, well, we're going to watch this now and this will be dramatic and wonderful. And the regeneration scene was gorgeous and the music was phenomenal, right? But I want to actually soak in and enjoy the surprises, like finding out Mrs. Flood was the Ronnie.
Oh my God.
That made me scream.
I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. That threw me off.
Then all the little things back there. What, you haven't seen a TARDIS before?
Oh yeah, all the fourth wall breaks.
Oh yeah. Now it totally makes sense.
And the fact that she bi-generated. So there were 2 Ronnies for a couple of episodes. And the new one, the updated version is the one that got killed off of all things. Oh, spoilers. And now we have Mrs. Flood. That opens up a whole new bunch of questions for me. Does she get to regenerate again? Is she going to continue playing the Ronnie? What's going on here? This is so weird.
Mrs. Flood is coming to Gallifrey 1, and Elizabeth's very excited.
I mean, don't ask her the questions because she won't be allowed to answer any of them. But I'm just so thrilled with the way that B plot worked out. That sub.
Oh, I know. It's like,
that was
you're like,
so fun.
She's showing up everywhere. Why?
Yeah.
We were like, why? So like, because I remember questioning it during season 1. We're like,
Mhm.
why the hell does she keep showing up in every
And then,
episode?
and then in the episode where they were having the song contest and everybody was dying or whatever because of things that were going on, the Hellion terrorist thing. We don't know, Peter. We absolutely have no idea. We have no clue. I'm wondering if here's the doctor's granddaughter from the first Doctor.
Oh.
And she made remember in the episode with the song contest, and he's out there frozen in space, and he sees this image of a dark-haired woman, older woman, talking to him. That was Susan. That was Carol Ann Ford, the original companion.
Oh, okay.
All right. So there's a theory going on right now that I did hear recently, is that Shooty was not meant to leave after 2. He was meant to leave after 3. And Carol Ann Ford popping in like that was supposed to lead towards another subplot for the 3rd season of Shooty Gatwa's Doctor. We don't know how that's going to play out now. If that's going to play out with Billy Piper or play out with somebody else, it doesn't. None of that. Well, it's all up in the air. What I know is that Russell T Davies isn't going to leave that thread hanging out there. He's going to tie that one down. So what happened to Susan? No clue. Hopefully we'll find out in the next season. So like pulling back the curtain a little, don't tell Disney. We got screeners, and the song contest episode cut off early. So the Ronnie thing was a surprise to me too when the episode dropped to the public. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. That's so good.
I really thought that meant that Belinda was Susan, but then Russell T Davies made them fake married, and I don't think he would do.
Oh, Luke and Leah. Nice.
No.
I liked the structure of season 2 was a lot tighter than season 1. Season 1 felt chaotic, which I've said often. The first Doctor's season always seems
They're
to be
trying to get their feet
jumbled.
underneath them,
Exactly.
and whatever.
And but I liked season 2 was tighter. It felt a little crisper. It felt a little bit more organized. It felt like there was a reason for things to happen the way they did. Doctor Who long ago, with New Who, they shed the crappy filler scenes. I've talked often about the City of Death with 4th Doctor, where it was basically, there was episodes where it was just him walking around Paris with the jaunty, stupid synthesizer music in the background, wasting my time.
That's probably one of the episodes that I would turn off.
Yeah.
Because it was
The
just
story was so good, but it was so lost by the fact of, hey, look, we're in France. Check us out. So Doctor Who doesn't do that anymore. And because it doesn't do that anymore, the stories are tighter, the stories are cleaner. Even the silly ones like Victory of the Daleks in Matt Smith's era, which I did not like. I thought it was such a terrible episode, but here we are. So I liked season 2. I liked the way it was building. I liked the way it was structuring. I didn't actually know that Shooty was leaving the show.
No.
So the fact that he's going in for a generation sequence, I'm like, wait, what the hell? I'm thinking to myself, did they announce a new Doctor and I didn't know? And what's your problem with frivolous exposition? I don't like it. That's my problem with it. I don't like it. I think frivolous exposition is just that. It's frivolous, and it doesn't need to happen. The only time frivolous exposition works is when it's Monty Python doing it. Oh, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your opinion on Monty Python. You realize that, right?
Yeah, well.
You're British. Go turn your nose up at something. There you go.
Monty Python.
Is this empty yet? Can I beat you with it?
No.
So I do have a problem with frivolous exposition in my actual like serious shows.
I would understand serious shows, but like
you get these people. American TV was broken and has been broken for a very long time. Like with Star Trek, you get Strange New Worlds has 8 to 10, sometimes 11, 12 episodes per season. People are like, well, we should have 26 episode seasons back. Do you not get what the 10 season the 10 episode season is about? Do you not understand that? Person out there who says, oh, I want 26 episodes. You get the tighter story. You get the actual budget being dedicated to actors of quality, special effects of quality. As a person who has loved Star Trek and Doctor Who from the beginning, I know that an investment in special effects is a great, great thing. I've been there for the bug-eyed monsters and the rubber suits and the terrible voices and the terrible acting and the over-the-top stuff for both series, right? So to see these rebirth of these series happen and have these really wonderful stories written and these wonderful special effects and these amazing actors all lined up to bring to life these amazing parts. That's awesome to me. I would rather have 10 episodes of Doctor Who per year if I know it's going to continue to be as good as it was this year.
Elizabeth goes, I actually got to ask Russell T Davies about the smaller episode count before season 1 came out, if I'm allowed to share that link. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Go right for that. Absolutely.
Yes, it's definitely quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And then you guys, those that hung out last week, Dolly and I were talking NCIS. And that is a show that has 21, 22 episodes a season.
Yeah. Over
And
what, 73 seasons? So 100, no, it's 173 seasons.
no, I think it was 19. 19 seasons. It's like 473 episodes or whatever total that there is. But it's funny. I went and watched NCIS Sydney because it's only got 2 seasons right now. It's new. Some of it was like, whatever. But it made me at least jump to go to a different version of NCIS. So, but they only had 8 episodes or 9 episodes and 10 episodes for NCIS Sydney.
Okay.
And they were in Australia, and it was shot in Australia. So it's like,
Where the big villain in the first 3 episodes were spiders the size of the size of a freaking car.
Spoilers, but it was a crocodile in the last episode.
Oh, well, I'll see.
Yeah.
Doesn't that just
The bad guy got rolled and eaten.
Can I click on that link in here? I don't think I can actually activate that link from here, but I'll just cut and paste. I'll tumble that in. We'll figure it out.
Okay, definitely
But go check that out, folks. Thank you for sharing that, Elizabeth. I appreciate it.
cut and paste that link.
Thanks, so.
But yeah,
it was a tighter season. It was a good season. I'm excited for what comes next. I have no idea, but I love Billie Piper. I love her energy. I love her reverence for the show. She has been an ambassador for Doctor Who since she became Rose Tyler back in 2005. So 20 years this woman has been an advocate for the show. So I don't think that she would actually put herself in a position to cheapen the impact that she could make and her contribution to it. I'm pretty sure that if Russell T Davies did not have a good idea, if it was just a slap fest of an idea,
Billy
I really would not have signed on for this in the first place. Are you excited for the war between the land and the sea? Yes, I am.
What is that on?
It's a spin-off. Is it going to be on Disney Plus?
I think it's the BBC player.
Okay.
Whatever.
Which does mean it'll probably end up on Disney. But I'm hearing a couple of different things. Elizabeth, you're better. You have your ear to the ground more than I do sometimes. Am I hearing that the Disney deal might be coming to an end and it might be going to Netflix or Prime? So
we don't know that Disney is out. So.
Okay, we don't know that Disney is out. Okay. Yeah. So Disney is out. So we can't say that. And that's the thing is we are so cynical here in the United States. When something doesn't quite go smoothly or our way, oh, this must be over with, or this is coming to an end, or this is over with, or R.I.P. Doctor.
The war between the land and the sea will be on Disney Plus. Thank you.
Okay. Twiblats.
Yeah.
I love that. Twiblats. I'm going to call it Twiblats from here on in. Twiblats. Doctor Who Twiblats. But it's been known they wouldn't decide until after S2 was over. Disney is not stupid. Disney has been around for a very long time. They are a multi-billion-dollar outfit. These people make $1 billion just by, standing there and staring at the Walt Disney World and going, yeah, just count the money. They would not do something that would shoot themselves in the foot.
Absolutely not.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Is there an organization you would like to sue that you think you would be able to achieve a victory over? It ain't Disney. Disney got on that list.
Nope.
So that was a political commentary. Did you notice that? It was kind of subtle. Anyway, I would be shocked if they did pull out, though. It's a well-established show, and they just put some money into it. Yeah, they want a return on investment. 2 years is not going to do it. My watch is telling me that it's time to get a new watch because this thing's a pain in the ass. Anyway, they made Tron. Yeah, and Tron has become a cult classic that spawned 2 sequels.
And there's
And-
a new one coming out.
And there's another one coming out. So I don't know how bad that comment really kind of floats there at the moment.
If anything, my guess would be that there's a delay because Disney wants in on the merch.
Oh, see, that's probably a thing. They're like, ooh, we're greedy. See, that's something I would believe. Disney being greedy, that I can believe. So that I can get behind. But Disney being stupid, no, I can't see them not wanting to invest.
It was meant to be funny.
It was meant to be fun. So your looks, you look funny.
I totally missed it.
All right.
What are you doing?
We've been at this for 40 minutes.
I know.
Hey, if you haven't done so already, volunteer for the show.
Yes. Hunter said that she goes, are the volunteer applications open? I'm like,
They've been open
Yes.
for 2 months.
well, the last 2 months have been a little challenging for her.
That's true. She's
Yeah.
been a little distracted
Mhm.
for all the obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So volunteer for being a part of FC3, and you can hang out with us and make help. Now, I just want to say this: the volunteer app has been open. It is easy to find under the apply button on the FC3 website. Okay, FC3ROC.com. If you're volunteering just to try and get a ticket so you could get into the show and walk around and do whatever you want, then don't apply. Please don't. You're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. But if you're interested in being part of the chaos and seeing what you can do to contribute to a show that continues to grow every year, then please click that apply button, click on the volunteer application, fill it out, and bring your information to me.
Whoa.
Let's see. I mean, I never have money again if they start making Doctor Who pins, but I'm with you on that one, Elizabeth. I am.
Right around Disney trading and looking for different pins.
Let's see. Andrew is like, I'm not sure if I was volunteered, was drafted, or was press ganged into the British Navy.
All of the above.
Here's the thing. You actually do cover the all of the above category because you did say, hey, I remember this conversation. It was before the 2016 show. You said, hey, I'd be happy to step in and help out wherever you need me. And then I drafted you to be my wingman. And then you were press ganged into taking over my job when I became the volunteer coordinator. So yes, you can say
All of the
Andrew,
above.
senior, all three. All right. Elizabeth says, plus I think HBO Max's contract for 2005 to 2022 is up this summer. Would also be shocked if it doesn't find a home on Disney Plus. If it's the Navy, where's my rum?
Because all the rum's gone.
Tell Andy Jr. to pick a place, and we need to get the panel team together again for a proper night out. We haven't done that in a while, and Andy Jr. has not failed to pick good spots.
Peter had said Mickey Mouse coming out of the TARDIS would be cool. Elizabeth is like, Idiot's Lantern Doctor Who based sketch comedy group did a sketch with that.
So, with that being said, there's really only one thing left to do in this particular show. You scooch us over because there's somebody here who has to make their cameo. Come here, goofball. Oh my God, who's gotten bigger? How did you get bigger?
Elizabeth,
Hi.
mommy.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
I miss you. And then when you kiss, I need to kiss mommy.
Oh.
I need to.
Oh my God.
She got you good on that
I
one.
know.
All right. So, gang, thank you for joining us as always. Please keep an eye on FC3ROC.com for all the latest news about the Flower City Comic Con. I have to put this thing down. Oh, dear Lord. You okay?
Han, Leia, and Chewie.
And the Disney Doctor Who socials have still been very active, commenting stuff even not based on episodes they have in their platform. Yeah, I mean, I don't see this as a relationship that's going away anytime soon. But stranger things have been known to happen, and I'm usually involved when strange things happen.
And that's a
Check
really
this
good show.
out right there. Click on that link. Click it. Click it. And then, my friends, it is that time where we're done boring you for the evening. You have a great week. I got to click on the other buttons now. You have a safe week. I got to click on this button now. Oh my God. Now it's this button now. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Which I
Got it. Go now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.